Isan Faisat in Zagreb, Croatia for UFC Fight Night 86. With me is Zak Cummings, who faces Nicolas Dalby on Sunday. And Zak, very nice to see you. Thanks for the time. This is only your second fight in 2 years. Why is that so?
I've had a couple injuries and stuff. So had an injury after the Gunner fight, and then had to deal with that for a little bit. It was a longer one, and then my last fight went great, and then directly after that fight, I went into training and kind of popped my knee a little bit, so I had to take some time off. So just stupid little injuries that kind of popped up that made me have the delay, but I'm healthy, I feel good, I'm ready to get back in now.
Small injuries or big injuries, like maybe an ACL or something like that?
It was a small injury, just a little issue with the meniscus, but I had a small surgery just to clean it up a little bit. I was back in a few weeks, so just took a little bit to get back into like the competitive, to be able to really compete, I guess, at the higher level. I had to take a little more time to make sure I was prepared for it and stuff. So that was kind of the layoff.
You were obviously offered Nicolas Dalby on 6 weeks' notice. Any hesitation on your part in order to have a full camp and be fully prepared?
Not at all, really. They offered me a fight in Brazil later on, a few months down, the day before, the night before, and then the very next day they said, or you could take this fight, and it was sooner. I wanted to get in the cage. I jumped at the opportunity. So I know Dalby's a game opponent, a very good guy, a good up-and-coming guy, but I feel like it was a great matchup for me.
Had you heard of Nicolas Dalby before you got the call from the UFC?
I have not. Never heard of him. I had to look him up and everything, and then, but he definitely proves that he belongs here and stuff. So I'm ready for the matchup.
Skill for skill, your skills against his skills. Where do you think you match up better with him? Striking, on the ground, wrestling?
Honestly, I feel I'm superior than him on the ground. I'm superior in wrestling. And then I think our striking's close. We're different. He's more of a volume guy. I'm more of a power guy, which mine can end fights a lot more. So I feel like I'm still the deadlier striker, even though he does have a lot of volume, a lot of good movement. He's got a good double leg. So I feel like I'm better everywhere, but striking, I know we're closer.
Earlier in our interview, you predicted a stoppage of Nicolas Dalby, and you said that it was a step up in competition for Nicolas Dalby. He says that he doesn't buy into your basic level of trash talk. So is it actually a prediction, or is it something to build a fight up?
I'm not really building the fight. I go into these fights thinking I'm going to finish my opponent. I'm not one of those guys. I don't want it to go to the judges. I hate having someone else tell me I won a competition. I don't want to outscore someone. I want them to know that they lost the fight. So when I go in, I fight to finish guys. If it's knockouts, if it's submissions, and basically, if I ever think I'm going to win, I think it's going to be a finish. So it's not to talk it up. I really think he's a pretty cool guy in all the interviews I saw. So
have you met him so far?
I haven't. I saw him walking around, but I've seen other interviews or just some social media stuff. He seems like a cool guy. So
he is.
Yeah, someone who I figured I'll have a beer with him afterwards. But in the fight, we'll go in, we'll put on a show, but I definitely feel like I'm going to finish him.
How have you prepared for his style, which is, as you said, volume-based, and he has a background in karate as well. Have you done anything differently leading up to this fight?
It's funny, whenever I looked Dalby up, one of my teammates of mine was in there watching the video, and I was like, look familiar? I have a teammate that fights very, very similar to him. And I've had this fight 1,000 times. I've sparred this guy over and over and over and over again. They're very, very similar. So I didn't really have to change anything up. I've seen the style multiple times, and I think I'm prepared for it.
Without exposing too much, what is your strategy to beat Nicolas Dalby on Saturday night?
The fight starts standing. I'm gonna use my stand up, and I really feel like once he feels my power, he's probably going to try to take the fight to the ground, and that's probably the worst decision he can make. But, I think I can either catch him, knock him out on our feet, or cause him, put him on his back, and finish the fight either a submission or a knockout on the top, too. So,
thanks for the time, Zak. All the best on Saturday night.
Thank you so much.